Happy Super Bowl Sunday. Hanging out at our buddies Nick and Felicia's place, north end of the strip. Family portrait right here.
I haven't missed your birthday, right?
I found out that there's a delay if you get a free Starbucks drink.
I don't want to costume changes my baby daughter.
Heading up to the strip. Last night of Super Bowl weekend here. So this is an interesting night because now the majority of the gamblers are either up from their Super Bowl betting and have extra money to spend, or they're stuck from their Super Bowl betting and are looking to get even. So that's the poker players' outlook on the current situation in Las Vegas on Super Bowl Sunday night. Back at the Aria, meeting up with my buddy Adam over here. We're gonna see how the games are. There's a couple spots that I had in mind, but so many games over here, just expect them to be pretty good. So I'm gonna try and take a look, and if they're not good, stay mobile and maybe check out another spot if they're not that good. Just wrapped up the session, came up to the rooftop here, taking in the view. Just gonna go over some hands real quick, wrap up the weekend. First hand of note, we look down at 2 kings from under the gun. Standard raise to 20, guy on my left makes the call, and the button puts in a 3-bet. He makes it 85 to go. Folds back to me, and I'm looking to put some more money in the pot here. So I make it 190 to go. You can probably make it a little bit bigger here. We have decent money behind. It's about 1,000 effective. So being 200 big blinds effective, I think I probably could have sized a little bit bigger, but I don't want to fold them out. I want to keep them in the pot. So that's why I sized it a little bit on the small side. Not unreasonably small. Guy on my left folds, and the button thinks for a while and then calls. So we're going heads up to a flop. Rather favorable flop. Flop is King 9-4 with 2 diamonds. Flop the old top set. You can make a case for checking here with top set. I feel like we probably block a lot of his good continuing hands, or we could just bet pretty small. It's a 4-bet pot, so I feel like putting in some sort of a bet might be the way to go. So I decided to bet pretty small. I bet 130. He thinks for a while, and then he makes the call. Turn is a brick, turn is an offsuit deuce. Could go one of 2 ways here. Could check and try and put the trap on, but I decided to keep betting. I bet 225. Again, a pretty small bet because I think we block a lot of his stronger hands here, particularly ace-king. I feel like his most likely hands would be ace-king, queens, jacks, the occasional pocket aces. We block ace-king, and it's gonna be tough for any other hand to continue here. So I wanna size a little bit smaller. Unfortunately, he decides to let it go at this point. He folds. So we take down a decent sized pot there. Very shortly after that, we look down at queen jack on the button. Standard open, I make it 15. Both blinds call. So we're going 3 ways here. Flop is jack 3 deuce rainbow. The small blind leads out. He bets $30. The big blind folds, and I think we only have 1 real option here. So I go ahead and make the call. Turn is a king and brings a backdoor flush draw. Shouldn't really change too much, I wouldn't think. Small blind keeps betting here. He bets 55. Not a very big bet into this pot. A little bit concerned here that I might not have the best hand. Obviously lose to ace jack and some flop sets. But he could still be kind of probing. He could be leading out with a worse jack. I don't think he's often leading out with any pairs in between jack and 3. I expect him to shut down, but never know. I feel like with the price we're getting, it's a little bit too tight to fold, but I think you could probably make some case for folding. Queen jack just seems a little bit too good in our range here, so I go ahead and call again. River is a pretty good card. River's an offsuit queen, and this time he checks. So now I feel like it's pretty likely that I have the best hand here. So I'm gonna try and get some value, maybe from ace jack, which I feel like could be his most likely holding here. So I go ahead and bet $100, and opponent pretty much snap calls right away. I roll it over, and he rolls over king jack. So I don't know, maybe you could make it, I don't know if you could make a case for checking back on the river there after he bets fairly small on the turn and then checks the river. I feel like I should have the best hand there fairly often, so I don't know. I'm not sure if he was just overly cautious or a little bit tricky there on the river. Whatever it was, it worked out for him. He got $100. So that's gonna do it for me for Super Bowl weekend. Booked a win of $265 tonight at Aria. If you add up all the sessions over the course of the weekend, it's a losing weekend. So not exactly the ideal result, not the result that I had in mind for Super Bowl weekend, which is one of the busiest weekends in Las Vegas of the year. Kind of sucks to book a loss during such a big, gambly, big weekend. What can you do? That's don't really have control over it sometimes. Just gotta play your best, and I definitely could have played better in some spots and could have ran better. Not a great combination, but not too displeased with it. I feel like I put in a decent number of hours between grinding it out and talking about hands, talking to the camera, all that stuff. So pretty pleased with my work ethic, I guess, even though the results at the poker table kind of sucked, but oh well. One other thing though that I've really enjoyed since I started doing this vlog is when people come up to me and say hi and just tell me about the videos and how they found it, and usually they say that they like it. In fact, there hasn't been any haters that have come up to me in person, at least. So it's been really cool to have people come up and say hi. People that watch the videos and stuff. So that's been awesome. That's been happening in several rooms that I visit. So that's really cool. It's really cool to meet you guys, to get over the barrier that is this camera and the computer and the internet, and just connect with people in person. So that's been awesome. All right, I'm out of here. I'm wrapping this up. Super Bowl weekend 2017 is over. I'm gonna get back on the road. It's time to get out of Vegas again. Where are we gonna go? Don't know. It's a surprise, and it's gonna surprise me too, or something. I don't even know. So where we end up, anyone's guess. Wherever that is, I'll see you there.